Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I tell you, it's really important for you and your business to get some of the best thoughts and best leadership when it comes to developing your company, and that's why I like to talk to my good friend Jim Talerico, and he's a great consultant, and love the work of his company. Jim, let's just start off real quickly by kind of giving the elevator speech for what you do.
Sure. My company, Greater Prairie Business Consulting, works with small businesses, and we help them improve their business operations. We have a 3-step process. We do a independent third-party business evaluation where we check over 275 areas of the business. We help with change implementation, are very focused on a return on investment, and we have a follow-up program that's second to none to make sure that you get project alignment and attainment and realize all your consulting goals.
So tell me what you've got going on with your company right now.
Well, right now I'm working with a video production company out in Kansas City, Missouri. They do work for companies like Wendy's, ESPN, a lot of major brands. So it's an exciting company, and I'm helping them with an array of issues right now, including tax planning, partner relations, growing their sales and marketing, and helping them improve their financial systems, procedures, and controls.
Very good, very good. What's the typical profile of a company that you would work with?
It's very broad, Kevin, and I can work with any company from as small as $1 million or a little bit less up to company with several $100 million in sales. I've also worked with several over-the-counter stock-traded companies. And the process that I have applies to most any type business, which I break out into a handful of different types: service organizations, manufacturers, wholesale distributors, job shops, construction companies, and the like.
So when you talk to these business owners, what are they telling you are the big challenges that they're facing?
Challenges right now are probably top on the list: remaining competitive in the marketplace. I've been doing this for 15 years, and prior to 2007, I went into companies where one of two things were the case. Either they needed us about 2 years ago, and they weren't doing real well at all, or they were just growing so quickly they just couldn't manage that growth. But interestingly, today, what I see more and more of are companies that are very successful. They want to remain competitive in the marketplace. They see all their competitors changing at a very rapid pace, and they want to maintain their profitability. So I'm going in there with a strategic focus, first, and secondly, to look at how we can maximize the potential of each part of their business.
Was there something specifically you wanted to bring to the audience today?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about franchises. I thought it's a timely topic, Kevin, because recent statistics reveal that since Obama's taken office, more small businesses are actually having a more difficult time making it. So
what a shock! What a shock!
Yeah, right? Well, historically, studies reveal that over time, 8 in 10 businesses don't make it.
Yeah.
Recent studies now are that's closer to 9 in 10.
Yes, I believe that.
By contrast, though, franchises have a failure rate of, generally speaking, between 15 and 25%. And there can be some that are higher. So, you want to stay away from companies like Carvel and Blimpies and Pro Golf, Athlete's Feet. These franchises have failure rates that are closer to 50%. Now, don't get me wrong. If you understand business, you have a good idea, you can offer a product or service with a competitive advantage in the marketplace, I'm not necessarily discouraging someone today from starting a business. But for those that don't, franchises are a great alternative. There are a lot of people out there who have an entrepreneurial spirit, if you will, but lack the actual business experience.
Yeah, most people it seems to me, people who get around to starting a business usually have a skill set that they had utilized over a certain period of time, and they think because they're good in that area, they'll be good at being a business owner. But it really does require either being a jack of all trades or having a support, what would you call it, infrastructure that provides that for you, which is exactly what a franchise does.
That's really the key to small businesses, Kevin. What I find out is that businesses are started based on the talents of individuals. And if they have good people skills, chances are they're going to grow. But as they grow, the business can't revolve around them because they only have so much time in a day. And what happens is the business starts to plateau. And owners then actually have to be better managers, and they have to build their business based on systems, procedures, and controls. So you're absolutely correct about that. And over time, the CEO skill set has to change to manage that business through its life cycle.
You mentioned some franchises that people might be a little cautious about. What are some that you see are just consistently very successful?
Great. I looked at a couple of different studies for 2015, and not only did I look at the ones that are fast-growing, but I looked at the ones that have good reputations. And so I'm going to rattle off about 15. There's a lot in the fast casual restaurant sector. Subway, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Dunkin' Donuts, Denny's, Pizza Hut, Jack in the Box, Jersey Mike's, Firehouse Subs, Jimmy John's, whose motto, interestingly, is freakishly fast. And if we have some time, we'll talk a little bit about some industry trends.
What's interesting about them, before you do that, is almost all of them were food.
Yes. Well, fast casual food is growing significantly. It's probably the largest sector of franchises, although there's a lot of diversification and there are a lot of franchises. So to talk about some other popular franchises in the, if you like salons, for example, there's Great Cuts, there's Super Cuts, there's Sports Clips, cleaning maintenance service sector, companies like ServPro, JanPro, Vanguard Cleaning Systems, all high on the list. In terms of fitness, there's Anytime Fitness, Planet Fitness, and there's a bunch of established franchises that are also doing well, like 7-Eleven, Hampton Hotels, Days Inn, and Sotheby's. So there's a lot of choices.
Yep, and I'm afraid that we're running out of time real quickly with that. But can you kind of give us just a real macro overview of the trend in about a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. A handful of trends. What you see today are a lot of venture capitalists getting involved in franchise chains and multi-unit franchise operations. Franchises today are operating with smaller square footages, faster, healthier food restaurants like Freshie, which is spelled with two I's, and Life Kitchens, Lyfe, very much the rage. There's a lot of younger CEOs in the business, so the CEO of Burger King, Dan Schwartz, is only 34. Kat Cole, who's the CEO of Cinnabon, is just 32. And I think franchises are, like small businesses, are adapting more quickly to the marketplace, refreshing their brands, store designs, and menu offerings.
Well, I appreciate it, Jim, very much.
Yep.
Do you have a number or something you want to give out there for people to learn more?
Yeah, well, I'd encourage them to go on your website and connect with me there. I will post this information on your website, and I'll include some information that you want to look at when you're looking at a franchise, and I'll also include some franchises that have low-cost startups. Most of the ones I mentioned have startups of between $300,000 and several $1 million.
Yeah.
So I'll include more information on your website. Enjoyed speaking with you and your guests today. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you, Jim Talerico. Great as always. This is going to be a standalone article as well over at usdailyreview.com. Make sure you check that out. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, of course, the best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. Do want to mention also the show continues 24/7, where you'll find Jim's own information over at priceofbusiness.com. Stay tuned for more right after this.